Well, hello, Facebook. Welcome to Mimi's Pound Cake. It's so pretty, y'all.
So okay, y'all, here we go.
It's so pretty.
Yay!
I love it.
This is what we got going today. Y'all hop on here and join us.
Yes.
Because this is spring on a plate. I'm telling you.
Beautiful.
This is spring on a plate. Anytime that, once spring starts happening in summer.
Spring is sprung.
Well, okay, so this is the reason I'm doing this today. As most of you know, so the wedding, Gracie, our daughter, is getting married here next weekend.
Yes.
Not this coming, I have 9 days.
T minus.
Yeah. So Gracie's getting married here in a few days. And of course, you know, in all the prepping and cleaning and getting ready, today was my day at the farm to be here and be doing things. And I just was so overwhelmed with my Mimi.
Aww.
And wishing so bad she was here for the wedding. Wishing so bad so many of our family members that we love and miss and adore, like my daddy,
Aww.
not gonna cry, are not gonna be here. So, Mimi always had a garden, and we always grew lots and lots of strawberries. I mean, that was like one of their main crops.
That's awesome.
Like tons of strawberries. And so, once spring hit and strawberries were coming up out of the ground, it was time to make pound cake.
I love pound cake, y'all.
Oh, Amy, I miss you too, honey. I wish so bad you were coming to the wedding. That's
Hi,
my cousin Amy. Hey,
Hi,
Donna. So I just kind of wanted to smell and feel my Mimi today. So we're making Mimi's pound cake, okay? Because spring to me just means Mimi's pound cake and strawberries. Strawberries from the garden. So
It looks amazing.
one of these days I'll have a strawberry garden like my Mimi, but right now
You have a beautiful garden growing.
Oh, I do have
It's
a beautiful
amazing.
garden. But right now I just have, so I've got cucumbers, squash, bell peppers, hot peppers, lots of different tomatoes, cantaloupe, and then I've also planted creeping Jenny on the ends of the boxes so that it'll go up on my trellises. So
Beautiful.
anyway, so today, right now, the house smells like spring to me.
It
and,
does.
we're gonna go through Mimi's pound cake, okay? So
Where's your wine?
It's in the car.
No,
It's in the refrigerator. I didn't mean the car.
It's in the car.
refrigerator.
We just keep it in my car.
Okay.
I opened to see what it was, and I
It's
didn't
right
know.
Here.
Perfect.
I'm so excited. I went down to my little wine. Would you mind go get the opener for
Sure.
me? I went down to pick out my wine today, and I was looking for a great white to go with this pound cake, and I came across this bottle that is wonderful, wonderful. And the beautiful thing about it is you can, if you live here in the area, you can go and visit this winery. Love these guys. This is RK Winery over in St. Joe, and this is their Precedence. It's their white blend. So it is Chardonnay and Roussanne mostly. So a great little white blend here locally. So, oh, this cartridge is out.
Oh, see, this fancy, y'all.
CO2 is out.
You want to shove it down in there? Okay.
Go get a manual one.
I'll get it.
Anyway, so great winery to me. There's quite a few over in St. Joe that are great to visit. Love these people over at RK. I've done a dinner with them over there, farm to table dinner for one of their wine tastings, and great wine. So One of the things that I just kind of want to go through basics. I mean, a pound cake is a pound cake, but
unless it's Mimi's, is this okay?
Mimi's, that is perfectly fine. Mimi's pound cake is she had 2 recipes that she would do, and they were totally different. I mean, there's totally different kinds of pound cakes, and if you're from the South, you get it.
I was gonna say, is there sour cream in this one?
No.
Okay.
There's not, but she did make one with sour cream. And so that one, actually, she made with a yellow butter cake mix.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she would add extra eggs. She would add like a cup of sugar, 8 ounces of sour cream, and it was wonderful.
I think
But
that's how my family, Joyland, I think she makes hers like that in
yes,
Arkansas.
yes, but it's way more spongy and sweet. Okay, that's a spongy sweet one. This recipe, which is this from scratch recipe, is not, and it is literally when you pull it out of the oven, it's gonna have a crispy edge to it. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, so good.
We will not be eating it.
It's so good. But it's very dense and it's not very sweet.
I love that.
So it's perfect with berries in the summer. And it's you're not going to get that sweet taste of cake. It's more like a
scone?
Like it's short. I mean, it's like more cakey than a shortbread, but it's just not.
I love shortbread.
It's definitely way more dense, crispy on the outside, moist on the inside, and not very sweet. So it's the perfect recipe.
I love it.
I think. I love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to have Lisa grease the pan because I was telling her before we got on here, greasing the pan to me is extremely important. And I have baked hundreds of pound cakes and bundt cakes in my life. And I can tell you that if you will take the time to grease it with Crisco and flour, you will not have a stuck bundt. Okay?
Stuck bundt, she said.
Bundt.
And listen, y'all, this is legit Crisco.
Yeah.
Okay, like Granny would have, like in the,
Yeah, it's
like
legit.
Crisco.
Well, and I don't use very often, and so I get it from work and just bring a little bit home because I wouldn't.
I just love it. I haven't seen it in forever. Like real. I mean, they obviously at work, but not.
So what you do is you take a paper towel. This is how my Mimi taught me.
Not
okay?
your fingers.
No.
I would have so.
So you take a paper towel in your hand like this, and you just, get you some lard on there.
Yeah.
And then you get up and in all of those crevices. Okay?
Up and in, she said. All them crevices. Are we from the South, you ask? Yes. Up and in all them crevices.
Today, okay, I gotta tell y'all this. Today, I pre-baked this cake so we would have the pretty. And I had to leave all the, yes, like Granny would have. I had to leave before the cake was done and go run an errand. And so Ricky was tasked with pulling the cake out of the oven.
Oh gosh.
So you should have heard
Jeez.
the conversation that ensued between me and Ricky, me trying to explain to him the texture and consistency of what the cake should be before he pulled it out. And because I'm like, when you push on it, it's going to bounce back a little bit.
And he's like.
And he was like this?
Yeah. So basically, it's going to be like.
And then I said, and the top of it should be crusty.
No.
We
don't say crusty when we're talking about our food. And we're in crevices.
God. We were laughing so hard. And then I said, when it comes out, you got to let it rest for 20 minutes. And then you're going to put a plate on it and you got to bang it on the counter.
Jeez. Got to bang it. I love it.
I said, you got to bang it on the counter And you have to say, now all of his family knows this is what we do, and my family knows this. When you go to, and my employees know this, when you go to do your bundt cake upside down and you whack it on the counter,
and you whack it,
you have to say, please Jesus, please Jesus, please Jesus.
Yes, yes.
Because you want that bundt to come out perfect.
Yes, you do not want a stuck bundt, y'all. You cannot do anything with the stuck bundt.
So Ricky was like, by the time we finished this conversation, he was rolling.
In stitches?
And he's like, this is ridiculous. Are we talking about baking or something else? Uh-huh. Okay.
Great.
So I'm going to go over here while she's doing that.
Mimi, she does look fabulous.
Thank you. Yes, please Jesus. Please Jesus, please Jesus. Let the bundt come out. So I'm going to go to the KitchenAid mixer. The only thing I've done is I put my butter, 2 sticks of butter, into the mixer, and I whipped it on high, okay? Please whip your butter.
Whip it good.
It does make a difference. And don't ever put cold butter into the mixing bowl with your eggs and sugar. It won't be the right consistency. It ruins the cake. It ruins the cake.
I learn something all the time.
So let your butter sit out and come to, room temperature is great. It can be just a little bit cooler, but pretty much room temperature.
But you're not wanting it rock hard out there.
No, don't ever put cold butter in and try to mix it with other ingredients. So let it come to room temperature, and then I whip the butter like 3 times. I'll put it on high and whip it and scrape it down and put it on high so that really butter, it's broken down.
Yeah.
And the sugar and eggs can whip really well with it, okay? And you're going to get a beautiful, smooth consistency if you'll do that rather than dumping those 3 things in all at the same time. So
take your time.
You're going to do wet ingredients first, and then you except for one of the wet ingredients. So one thing also real quick.
Should I be able to see the Crisco?
No, you don't want to see the Crisco. This is perfect. You've done really, really good. Now,
y'all screenshot it. Somebody screenshot it.
Look, she did good. But now you take,
oh gosh, the flour.
That's okay. So now you take flour, and I'm going to go like this, but here's the trick. So go over to the sink.
And knock it.
You got to knock it. You got to go all the way around and make sure that it's covered, and then get all the extra into the sink. You don't want that much flour in there.
Right. And do you want it to the tip top?
It does not have to be the tip top.
Okay.
No. Mostly the bottom and all those crevices.
Okay.
So, okay, also I want to talk to you about buttermilk. So this recipe calls for buttermilk. I don't keep buttermilk on hand anymore, just because I don't bake that much at home. I bake at work. So, but I have milk and I have lemon juice here, okay? So, and actually I will tell you, today I baked with almond milk because we don't keep milk in the house anymore. So this is almond milk, and if you need a cup of buttermilk, you're going to go just under that 1 cup line and fill with milk, and then you're going to splash in your lemon juice. It'll probably take like 4 or 5 splashes, and then you want to let that sit out while you're greasing your bundt pan, while you're while you're whipping your butter, and it'll start to curdle, and it will make buttermilk. Okay?
Lemon and milk makes buttermilk?
Lemon and milk. Lemon juice and milk makes buttermilk. You didn't know
I
that either?
I just stuck butter in it.
No!
So I would have stuck a piece of butter in it and melted it and mixed it together. Not lying. Not even lying, y'all. It's like I thought.
Sandy, are you watching this?
I know.
Okay,
Y'all,
so
that's so sad that I did not know that.
the acid in the lemon juice curdles the milk, and it makes it buttermilk.
That is great.
Yeah. I love that she learns something every time we do this.
And also, y'all, if you're baking something sweet, don't use
she didn't know this
olive
today.
oil.
So we were talking about doing the bundt pan with Crisco, and she said, well, because I said don't use spray, okay? And I know, Sandy. So anyway, she said, well, what do you, if you were spraying them, what would you spray it with? First of all, I said, if you have Crisco spray or any kind of baking spray, always please, y'all, watch the expiry. Those things expire, and they will not work if they're expired. So definitely watch your expiration date. But I was saying that when I'm working with savory things is when I use olive oil. I don't use olive oil with sweet baking.
And it makes total sense.
Yeah. I mean, when we're making focaccia bread or something, we use olive oil, but not olive oil with
cookies.
A cake or something. No.
Or a cake.
It's the wrong consistency.
Yeah. So good to know. How does this look?
So it's perfect. Go show
Okay.
me. So
Perfect.
my butter has already been whipped. I didn't want to bore y'all with me whipping butter.
She whipped it really good.
I whipped it good.
That Guynell is for you.
So I've put, that was 2 sticks of butter.
Okay.
And 2 sticks of butter is how much? Do you know?
2 sticks of butter is several tablespoons. I know there are tablespoon marks on it.
Oh my gosh.
A cup.
It's a cup. Good job. So 1 stick of butter is a half a cup, and 2 sticks is 1 cup. So this, I put in 4 eggs.
Okay.
I'm gonna whip those eggs, and I'm gonna start adding in 2 cups of sugar.
So she is whipping the eggs, and we're doing, thanks, Mimi. And we're doing 2 cups of sugar.
Okay. Can you get 2 cups of flour in there?
Yes.
And you can just, you don't have to use the spoon. You can
Just pour it.
yeah, it should work.
I don't want to make a mess. You know?
Oh, do what?
I don't want to make a mess.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Well,
So,
2 cups. Okay. I'm going to do it, y'all. Y'all heard her.
you'll be fine.
I did learn in home ec. Miss Story from SNS was my home ec teacher, and she was amazing. It's just that I didn't pay a whole lot of attention. I was too busy running my mouth. But she did tell me when you're measuring this kind of stuff, like you can, and you don't compact it down. You don't compact it down when you measure. You just do it, and then you can.
Right. Okay,
a
so
little bit more
in
than 2
baking, it is important a lot of times. Let's put that over there. Oh no, go ahead, because I need 4 cups.
Okay, that's 2 cups.
Okay. In baking, especially with this pound cake, and if you're baking a cake from scratch, always add in your baking soda, baking powder, salt, things into your flour. Mix them together before. What's wrong? It's fine. Oh, it's all over your shoe.
No, it's over your rug.
No,
My shoe's fine.
Listen, shoes are fine. I mean, rugs are
rugs are
fine.
fine?
We can vacuum.
Yes.
So put your salt and soda in.
2 more cups.
Yep, that's it. So it's 4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay. And then you literally, I mean, it's not rocket science. You're just going to take that flour and soda and salt and combine them together. You don't have to sift it with this recipe. It's fairly simple. So I just make sure that they're blended well and that soda and salt are in there. Okay. So this is the last thing about this recipe that I want you to be aware of. When you get to this point, so my butter, and I'm going to show you this consistency real quick. My butter, sugar, and eggs. Oh, there we go. See how pretty that is? That's what you want it to look like. It's pretty thick, okay?
I like that.
All right. So, but then the last thing that Mimi was adamant about is you incorporate your wet ingredients and your dry ingredients separately, and you rotate. So like I'm gonna put in a little bit of flour
And then
half of my buttermilk, and then flour and buttermilk, and always end with dry.
Always
end with dry. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna bring you a little closer.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna bring them just a little closer right here, just so they can hear you if you say anything.
One more time. I'm gonna put it on low, and I'm gonna shake in some of the flour mixture. I'm gonna let that get mixed. And I'm gonna pour in half of my buttermilk. Let that get mixed. Then I'll put in another layer of the flour mixture. It's looking pretty.
It does look good. And it's on a pretty slow, what do you have that set on?
This is on the lowest one.
Okay.
If I had it any higher than this,
It would go everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So here we go with the rest of the wets. And then the very last thing that we do is add in our extracts. Okay? And Mimi always put in 2 extracts in this recipe.
2 extracts.
In the sour cream recipe, she always used almond and coconut. In this recipe, she always put vanilla and lemon.
Vanilla and lemon.
Vanilla and lemon. So. Oh, it's perfect.
It is.
I can't wait to show you all this consistency. It's beautiful. So I'm going to dash my vanilla. That'll give it body.
Again, who knew?
And I'm going to dash my lemon, which will give it that springy, fresh taste. Okay. That literally is
so pretty.
perfect looking pound cake batter.
Yes,
It really is. And I know that sounds kind of silly to say, but
no, you know how you want it to turn out.
you want it to be, you don't want to see any lumps in this, and it's fairly thick. This is not like a pourable, yes, I do need more extracts, Amy. It's not like a pourable.
So you would spoon it in?
Yes, you definitely have to spoon it in. So, yeah, no lumpies here.
No
lumpies. If I had not done, well, look at your mess.
Hey, listen. Okay, y'all, I'm going to show you her mess.
If you had not done room temperature butter, then you would have a lumpy batter.
And your bunt would be...
And your bunt would not have the right consistency.
It would not be as good.
And it would not have that crispy, yummy top. My absolute favorite part
So good.
of a pound cake
I did eat some.
is when it comes out of the oven, this top part that we slice off. We slice the top of it off. That's the crispiness. I mean, and I'll slice like that much off. And then so that you can, when you flip it over, you have a flat bottom. Because if you don't do that, then you got a cake
raised.
Yeah. And you don't want that. So, any questions? Any thoughts? Anybody want to know anything? Hey, Jackson.
Hi, Boo. I love you too. He probably wants to know if I'm going to bring some home.
Okay, so here we go. See how thick? It's a very, very thick batter. Oh my goodness, it smells so good.
It does smell good. It tastes really, really good.
So,
Amy Elizabeth said, you need the recipe? Okay, Mimi. Vanilla, lemon, almond, and coconut extract.
No.
No, Amy Elizabeth. Is she sending you some?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, send me that, definitely. Lemon is good this time of year. We use a lot of lemon. We use a lot of vanilla. Ooh, I need I need coconut. Because we're gonna start making our coconut cream pie bars again.
Yummy.
It's that time of year. Okay.
It looks so good.
So this goes in 350 for right at 50 to 60 minutes, depending on your oven. And comes out like this. Beautiful. So that to me is the perfect spring dessert. What time is it?
We did great.
It's the perfect spring dessert, and it's perfect served with strawberries. Mimi she didn't do strawberry shortcake. It was always pound cake and strawberries. Like for for your birthday, you usually got pound cake and strawberries. And if it was in the winter, the strawberries came from the freezer because we sugared them and froze them. And it was because I remember so vividly as a kid coming to some of the winter months towards the end, and Mimi literally was stingy with the strawberries.
I know where she gets it.
And
with the flowers.
And would not, I mean,
she'd be like, you can have two. You have two on that pound cake. We've got to stretch these. You got to make them last.
It had to be a special occasion for her to let go of those frozen strawberries that she had sugared and made
I love that.
in the spring. So
she had to make sure she had some in case company came.
And then, if she didn't have strawberries, if she did run out of strawberries, it was always canned sliced peaches.
Oh, really?
Canned sliced peaches if she ran out of. So this is going in the oven at 350 for 50 to 60 minutes. Or until it's crispy, toothpick comes out clean, and any baked goods like, I mean, not really cookies, but cakes, if you'll push down on the top of it and it gives you a little bounce back, that's when you're done.
It should be a little bit spongy.
Yes.
Like a little bounce.
Yes.
Okay.
You want it to bounce back at your fingers.
Got it.
A little bit. If it seems heavy, then it's not done.
Even if the fork comes out clean or the
you got to be careful because sometimes a toothpick will come out clean
and it's not done.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so this is going in the oven. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us. And listen, we want to know what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about, what you want us to bake or make, or what you mostly want to hear from us.
Yeah.
So, because I need ideas. Because here's the deal. Most Wednesday mornings I wake up and say, what are we doing today?
And it always turns out great.
Yeah, I never know usually the day before what we're doing. So,
oh,
who made it? Hey, I love you too, Amy. Who said I made it on? I missed it. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us.
Yes,
share this recipe with you. What we'll do is I will sit right now, I promise. And I will type out the recipe right now for you, the ingredients, okay?
And I'll add the graphic from the Italian, or the chicken.
Okay.
Our chicken squash.
We'll put it in the comments,
squash.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great evening.
Hi,
Hey, Maddie.